You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below. Be sure to smash that like button. Tuesday, so Ed Orgeron was a guest on Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. And sometimes, he can be... Ed can certainly be candid, and it's one of the reasons that makes him at times a really good soundbite. And one of the things that he was asked about today in that interview is about one of the big concerns on the offensive line, and that's left tackle. Here's what Ed Orgeron said when he was asked today about what the plan is there at left tackle for Mississippi State.
I challenged the team yesterday. I challenged the offensive line yesterday. Our left tackle play was not LSU standard performance, and we need to get better. And a lot of young guys had a chance. But, they're young guys. They're going to learn how to play, but nowhere near the level of performance that we needed at LSU. So that's up for grabs. We're going to try Anthony Bradford out there, Garrett Dellinger. Maybe Cam Wire can play. He has not practiced yet. He's still questionable. But that position is up in the air right now.
Position's up in the air. Challenge the team. Nowhere near the LSU standard right now at left tackle. What's if you want to flip it to sort of a positive, it's that you do have four positions on that offensive line that are settled. Now, they have not played particularly well, and that's something we've talked about here since well before the season started, that was going to be a unit that they struggled a lot last year and was going to have to show market improvement, and I was going to have to see it to believe it, and so far, we haven't seen it. But you got four guys that have played a ton of football and that are going to be your starters that with Ingram and Shanahan and Chasen Hines and Austin Deculus. Left tackle, though, has been perplexing. If there's one positive with not having left tackle settled, typically left tackle is so important because it's your quarterback's blind side. Well, in this instance, you have a left-handed quarterback. So he's actually going to see the rush coming from that side. It doesn't make it any better, but at least he's more aware of the rush coming from that side if your left tackle isn't picking it up. So if you want to look at it from a positive note, that's it. But it is so perplexing how LSU's been unable really to find anybody to take that spot. I mean, Dare Rosenthal was supposed to be that guy. And nobody was going to mistake Dare Rosenthal for an all-conference left tackle. I mean, he's an athletic guy, but certainly had his issues out at left tackle. And the same is true for Cam Wire, who took that spot when Dare Rosenthal is now at Kentucky. So if you count from Dare to Cam Wire, that's two. You're already on your second left tackle, and you're coming into this season, Cam Wire had only played in 16 games in his career. Against UCLA, when Cam Wire had struggled a bit and then went down with injury, we saw Charles Turner kick out there and play left tackle. Remember, Charles Turner is a backup center. So Turner was the third left tackle. And here recently we've seen Xavier Hill start since Cam Wire's been out. So that makes your fourth left tackle. And if you noticed in the second half against Central Michigan this past week, they actually gave Garrett Dellinger a few series at left tackle, which means he was your fifth left tackle. And you just heard Ed Orgeron say there that they might give Anthony Bradford a shot at left tackle, which means that would be your sixth left tackle. Y'all, at some point, someone who was recruited to LSU as an SEC offensive lineman has got to say, I want that job, and they're just going to put a stranglehold on it and not give it up. I mean, at some point, we can make all the excuses about coaching changes, Brad Davis, the level of competition, getting used to playing with different guys, whatever. You can make whatever excuse you want. If you're recruited to LSU to be an SEC offensive lineman and you're going up against McNeese and Central Michigan, somebody's got to be able to get out there and competently play that position. I'm not saying you have to be an All-American. I'm not saying you have to be all conference, but you got to be competent enough at that spot to be able to do what's asked of you. I mean, I remember this game came to me earlier when I was thinking about this, and you'll probably remember it. It's getting to be almost 10 years since this happened, but it was 2012, and LSU was playing South Carolina in Tiger Stadium, and it was the week after LSU lost to Florida in the hammer and the nail game. And LSU's playing South Carolina, and South Carolina was ranked number 3 in the country. It was a really good Steve Spurrier South Carolina team. And their ends were Jadeveon Clowney and Devin Booker. They had these two monster defensive ends. And that week, LSU only had 2 of its projected starting offensive linemen available that week. They were paper thin. They ended up starting true freshman Vidal Alexander at right tackle and Josh Dorosic, who at that point in his career was like a fifth-year guy who had multiple knee injuries, could barely hobble around anymore. And they started Josh Dorosic at left tackle in that game. And he stonewalled Jadeveon Clowney all night. All night. At some point, someone's got to step up and decide you're going to play like an SEC lineman. And I'm fascinated this week to see who that's going to be for this LSU team this week. Like, somebody has got to step up and show they're willing to be an every down starter. It's there. You're on your sixth option. You've tried 6 guys there. Now, someone's got to win it. Now, obviously, whatever happens with play calling could very well help throughout the process of aiding it or assisting the offensive line. Now, on Tuesday, Max Johnson was available to the media, and this is he was asked about the tempo and how the tempo helped the offense.
I think it just allowed our guys to play fast, get in rhythm, just take some shots, whether it was one-on-one or, whether it was running the ball and not letting the D-line to get set. I think Coach Peace did a really good job of, setting the tempo. And I got to call it faster, whether it's getting the line set or getting the protection set. But I think overall the tempo helped us a lot.
Of course, tempo helps. It takes so much of the thought out of it, and it doesn't allow the defense to set. That goes without saying. It worked. It's going to continue to work. The other thing that they tried, of course, was moving Kayshon Boutte to the slot. And in moving Kayshon Boutte to the slot, as Ed Orgeron explained yesterday, was an opportunity to get him the ball more quickly, and you use that sort of as an extension of your running game.
Putting him in the slot allowed us to run some RPOs with him, whether it was glances or like 6-yard outs. And I think it allowed us to put Deion Smith on the field too, and BT at Z. And I just think it's a personnel thing, whether it's we have a different personnel group or them. I think it just puts our athletes in space. If
you're struggling to run the football, putting Kayshon Boutte in the slot and throwing him a quick screen pass and letting him make a guy miss, that's a nice way. Boutte had 6 catches for 44 yards. His catches were there. The yardage wasn't because he was catching the ball close to the line of scrimmage, but that's okay. Think of that think of it like 6 rushes for 44 yards. Way more appealing that way. That's essentially what they asked him to do, and he got his touchdown. And then also, of course, Corey Kiner played in the second half, and Max Johnson was asked, as the running game got going in the second half, this is 8, please. Did they kind of find something there in the second half in the running game?
Yeah, I think we did. I think we ended up figuring it out in the second half. Corey did a really good job of, reading the holes, reading the line, and, making plays, whether it was after contact. And we're working on the run game this week, and we're working on the pass game. It's going to be fun.
Ed Orgeron continues to insist that Ty Davis Price is the starter. I'll continue to say, I don't care who the starter is. I do care who has the most reps and the most meaningful reps. And through 3 games, there's no debating that should be Corey Kiner. He's been the most productive back. And if you're going to reward guys like Deion Smith and Jack Besh for good play, so too do you need to reward Corey Kiner because he has been your most effective running back through 3 weeks and he needs to play more. Now, maybe you get Trey Bradford available this week. Maybe you get John Emery back. Fingers crossed. We'll see. But as you get Armani Goodwin, Ed Orgeron said, is supposed to return, maybe with a full stable of backs, that changes when you see what all these guys can do. But all I can go on is through the 3 weeks that we've seen. And like many of you feel as well, Corey Kiner's been the best of the 3 and needs to play more. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.